Alright, this is the first in what I hope will be a lot of videos of me sitting here talking about sports. And sports things that I like and topics that are going on in the world. And right now, the biggest thing going on in the world of sports in my eyes, Women's World Cup, even though the Stanley Cup Finals just ended. I'm glad for the Blues. But enough of hockey, this is a soccer video. And today we're going to be reviewing the first round-ish of the round robin of the Women's World Cup, the 8th edition of the Women's World Cup in France. And we're going to go from bottom to top, groups F to A, because groups A and B have already started their second round of play. So I'm going to be reviewing all the games up to this point, and I'm reviewing all the games up through the second Wednesday, because that's when I'm recording this video. We'll start with Group F, USA, Sweden, Chile, Thailand, and you may look at the 13-point goal differential and say, what happened there? If you didn't see the game, the USA beat Thailand 13-0. And I'll have my own separate video on that and the controversy surrounding that, hopefully up tomorrow. But yeah, this is a group of 2 heavyweights and 2 underdogs. USA and Sweden heavyweights, Chile and Thailand underdogs, although Chile definitely less so. But it didn't stop their game from Sweden against Sweden to be any less of a blowout. The Swedes had almost 70% possession, double the number of passes, and double the number of shots. No, almost triple the number of shots. So make no mistake, you may look at the disparity in scorelines between the top 2 teams. Sweden is dangerous, and this group is all going to come down to the third game between the US and Sweden. And it's looking very interesting about who's going to potentially face France in the round of 16. Moving on, Group E. Netherlands, Canada, New Zealand, and Cameroon. This group is deceiving, because you may look at this group and go, Netherlands, most recent European champions, and Canada, always dangerous in the top 10 in the world pretty much constantly, although I want to see more from Canada's young stars in this World Cup. If they make a deep run, it's going to have to be because of their youth. Canada beat Cameroon 1-0. They pretty much dominated. 74% possession for the Canadians, 16 shots to 4. They were unlucky to only score 1. But the New Zealand versus Netherlands game, which was also 1-0, came down to the 90 minutes plus, and that's not the first goal that was scored in 90 minutes plus, and we'll get to that. Jill Roord, 90 plus 2 with the winner for the Netherlands. New Zealand, in my opinion, deserved a point from this game. They were outshot 16-5. They were outpossessed 70% to 30%, but they deserved a point in this game. They really played hard. And I may see New Zealand as a threat to get out as one of the third-place teams, because they are probably going to thrash Cameroon and maybe have something to say against Canada. But this group is really interesting. I think it's a 3-horse race, Netherlands, Canada, and New Zealand. All right, Group D. England, Argentina, Japan, and Scotland. This is another really interesting group. England beat Scotland 2-1 in probably my favorite game of the tournament so far in terms of being a neutral. I really like Nikita Paris. Her pace is deadly. England have a lot of speed, although they may struggle to possess the ball against better teams. And I think Scotland has a chance to go through in this group, even though they lost 2-1, because Argentina held Japan to a 0-0 draw in the best defensive performance I have ever seen. That's probably false, but right now, it's the best defensive performance of the tournament, at least. They were only outshot 8-5, and shots on target were only 2-1 Japan. That should tell you about how good this Argentinian defense is. Only 2 shots on target for a Japanese team that are only 2 World Cups away from being world champions. Or removed from being world champions. So this group got very interesting because of that. I still think England get out first, and it's Argentina or Scotland and Japan battling for second. I don't think Argentina gets another point, unfortunately. Group C. Brazil, Italy, Australia, and Jamaica. This was probably the upset of the tournament so far, in the fact that Italy beat Australia. And this is the only game that I did not watch all the way through, because it started at 6 in the morning my time, and I was not awake. But I did see the second half, and I did see the Italians come back with Bonessa scoring 2 goals, including one 5 minutes into extra or stoppage time, to shock Australia. Sam Kerr also had a goal in this one. The stats look like FIFA, 16 shots to 6 for Australia, 64% possession for Australia, and yet they lose 2-1. And now they're on the brink. Brazil saw off Jamaica 3-0. It wasn't close. The big thing to take away from this game is Christiane Rosiera, also just known as Christiane, had a hat trick. Good for her. This group is going to be very interesting because everybody tipped Australia and Brazil to get out of this group without problem. And now Australia has a problem. 4 points may not get you out of this group. This is a very tough group. I think Jamaica had a bad draw, and they're going to get beat up on. I don't think they get a point. But Brazil, Italy, and Australia now are in a really good three-way battle. It would not surprise me if all 3 of those teams make it out. Group B, and now we start getting into some of the teams that have played 2 games. Germany, Spain, China, and South Africa. I think South Africa played really well. They took the lead with the goal of the tournament by, I'm going to butcher this name, Kagitlana. Curler from outside the box into the top corner. That probably isn't getting beat for me in this tournament. And then controversy, as Spain got 3 goals, 2 of them from penalties. One from a handball that probably should have been called and was, and one from a VAR foul in the box that may or may not have been called. I'm going to go over that controversy in another video as well. But I think South Africa was hard done, especially having one of their players sent off late in this one. And then Lucia Garcia sealed the deal in the 89th minute for a 3-1 win. Germany currently leads this group with 2 wins from 2, but 2 1-0 wins. Their game against China was not convincing in the slightest. Julia Guin gets a goal in the 66th minute, a game they dominated in shots, but not in possession. It was only 58 to 42% possession. China played very well. It'll be interesting to see what they do tomorrow. And then in Matchday 2, Germany beat Spain 1-0. This is a huge result because this game was verily Spain favored. Spain dominated for major portions of this game, and yet Germany wins 1-0. Sarah Dabritz in the 42nd minute. This is a crusher for Spain because if they win this game, they win this group. And now Germany is on track to win this group because all they have to do is face a South Africa team that isn't great. But Germany have not looked convincing at all. One of my pre-tournament favorites is now not one of my favorites. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. China and South Africa play each other tomorrow. And now we get to Group A, the only team that's played 2 games each. France, the hosts, Norway, Nigeria, and South Korea. South Korea's looked outgunned. They lost the first game against France in the opener of the tournament 4-0. They were really outclassed in every way in that game. Props to Wendy Renard, scoring 2 goals as a defender. And then in their second game against Nigeria, they got beat 2-0. They controlled the run of play in this game, but Nigeria's pace on the counter was too much. Especially the goal by Oshoala in the 75th minute. I really liked that goal. Great counter-attacking football. And now to the other two teams, Norway and Nigeria. Norway beat Nigeria 3-0. Complete domination again, which led me to believe after match day 1 that this was a 2-horse race. And I still think it is. And then today, France played Norway, and they won 2-1. And I'm going to have a video up just reviewing this game, and specifically the events that led up to the game-winning goal via penalty by Le Sommer, because I don't think it was deserved to be called a penalty, but I'm going to go into that in the other video. This game was controlled by Norway for long stretches of it, and I think they deserved the point out of this game. They will feel really hard done with a 2-1 France win. But France controls their destiny now with 6 points. Norway has South Korea to play, so I think they're fine. I think they're going to win that game, no problem. But I think Nigeria has France to play. If they had anybody except France to play, I think Nigeria creeps in as a third seed. But I don't think 3 points is going to be enough for Nigeria, unfortunately. This was a tough group. So that's it. That's the review of the first round robin of the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup. Let me know your opinions in the comments below, and thank you for watching this video.